Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So we are lucky we have a.
Because there is a short clip in one of the slides.
Yeah, we have a sound and a short clip in our PPT.
Okay, you can do that, but no sound. Yeah. Oh.
There is no sound.
There's no sound. No sound. Yeah.
No, there's an 18. There's an 18.
Do we have sound here?
Unless you are presenting over their computer system. Okay, so it's fine. Okay, let's talk. Why you need the video? Yeah. So we have a team two to present the famous GE case. GE, yeah. Everyone know GE, right? Yeah. It's an American
Company.
Yeah, big company, very famous. Yeah. And now the company faces difficulty because of the digital transformation, and some of the division is losing money. And the company need a solution for our team two. So let's listen their case solution, and they also to see the the 6 of them to present. Seven of them. Okay, let's give a hand. Yeah. Okay, make sure you have 25 minutes, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here you go.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are group 2. We are here to discuss about the digital ubiquity, how connection, sensors, and data revolutionize for GE. And I am Jason, as a group leader. Here with me is Passport, and Hershani. Where are you? Hershani and Duru is here. Melina, and this is Paul. And Paul. And our agenda for today, next slide please. Our agenda for today is GE's background, analysis, digital transformation, position, and decision and recommendation. Next slide, it will be presented by Duru.
Yeah, GE's background is the one I am going to talk about now. GE, the company is the largest multinational market company in America, which was founded by Thomas Edison in 1889. It's a venture and match with Evan Edison Electrical Company in the year 1892. Digital industry and it's a journey of 225 years, which they have been in existence, and the industry manufacturing. These into box, electronic switch, refrigerator, X-ray machine, etc. We are talking about the financial analysis and key decision makers. The key decision maker is the CEO, which is H. Lawrence Cobb Jr., the chairman and the CEO of the company. This is the total company purpose. The purpose is to rise to build the challenges of building a world that works for everyone. They are into renewable energy, aviation, healthcare, power. This is the brief financial analysis of them. This GAAP is a General Accepted Accounts Principles, while the FY stands for fiscal year. The Y is the year-by-year reported financial reports. Total revenue of 74,196 in fiscal year, and fiscal year 2021, and total revenue of 75,833 in fiscal year 2020. As it goes by year. So the power, the renewable energy mission, making renewable energy mission more affordable, reliable, and accessible for the benefit of people everywhere. Units, offshore wind, grid solution, equipment and service hydro solution. They're into aviation too. Mission in the aviation is to provide customers with engines, components, aviation and systems for commercial, military, and business general aviation. That brings to the next.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Kaushalya. So I'm going to describe what is 5 forces analysis for General Electric. So the first one is threat of new entrants. Due to the huge size and the reputation the General Electric has maintained in the industry, it's very hard for a new entrant to come into the market, to the industry, and indeed they need a large investment in terms of research and development, marketing, and creating brand recognition. And there are strict legal and political barriers for any entrant in the industry. And the second one is threat of substitute products. So due to the higher customer trust in terms of General Electric's product quality and customer satisfaction, so there's a few chance for a substitute to win the market, and there are limited and few competitors in the industry. And in terms of technological capabilities, product quality and brand image, customers have less probability to move into a substitute product, and there is a moderate switching cost for the substitute products. And in terms of bargaining power of the suppliers, there are a large number of suppliers for General Electric, but they are very small and globally distributed. So there is a low power for the suppliers to bargain with the General Electric. And the bargaining power of buyers, there is a high competition in the market, and availability of information for the customers is very high. So they can anyway always decide this effect in their customers' purchasing decision. And there are few substitutes in the market, and due to the low price sensitivity of the customers, they have the low probability for industries to go for substitute products even when the General Electric increase their prices. And the competitive rivalry, there's an intense competition in the market even though there are few competitors. So this results in decrease in prices and ultimately increase in overall profitability of the company. In the next slide, I am going to describe how these forces affect the General Electric. The first one is government and regulatory issues. So the government openness to renewable energy is a positive factor which affects the General Electric's renewable energy sector, and laws for increasing laws for waste disposal is a negative factor because this results in additional operating costs for General Electric, and the other one is online product regulation. And in terms of technological change, the companies have increasing digital technology adoption and increasing adoption of online mobile services and increasing availability of renewable energy technology. And the last one, market growth and volatility. There's an increasing trend for green lifestyles and renewable energy sources, which is a positive factor for General Electric. And the world is in a huge energy crisis, so there's a higher energy growth in higher energy consumption, and developing the economic growth of developing countries is an opportunity for General Electric to increase their market size in the Asian countries, and increasing disposable incomes of customers can create and increasing global trade is developed in the developed countries, and instability of the gas industry. And the next one, these are the competitors and customers of General Electric. Siemens, Honeywell and 3M, IBM and Amazon are the main competitors of General Electric. And in terms of customers, these are they include hardware suppliers, software providers, and equipment manufacturers. Now the IT trends will be described by what's happening here.
I'm going to present GE's IT development, the industrial internet.
So you guys should face to your audience, yeah? Thank you.
And the industrial internet, it consists of sensors, microprocessors, and it combined with the platform, software platform, the common cloud-based software platform. So you can see here, by using this, the industrial internet, the GE gained a huge revenue, $225 billion in 2020. So this industrial internet connecting the data, machines, and people of industries. The next slide. you can see here predicts and predictability. It speed up industrial application development. Predicts minimize development involvement in managing scarce and hardware. Predicts develop promotes quick response to customer requirements. Because it communicates with machine to machine, so that it can gain the historical data, and then it can manage any customer related inquiries and make an efficient of the GD industry by using this predict. It provides customers single point of control from predicts and predictability, serves as a foundation for an ecosystem of companies and developers that support the industrial economy. Moving to the next slide, it shows the industrial partnership. It strengthens the GE. Accenture developed technology for analytic application. Intel embedded interface with Predicts platform. Pivotal is facilitate new analytics services and solutions, and software Predicts apps. Cisco enable intelligent networking, analytics, and IT creating highly secure wireless communication system. You can see here with this partnership for the GE, it increases the venture capital, strategic use, crowdsourcing initiative, and it enhances the efficiency of the production of the industry. Thank you so much, and I'm passing over to Passport.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Passport. So I'm going to report about the evolution of GE service models. So as you can see, we have put 1980 and 2014, and then for the customer value from low going to high. So the first thing is transactional. So GE, these times by 1980, they go by transactional, by selling parts only. Then after that, they go contractual CSA. So like there's the shares of the risk reducing the total cost of ownership because they try to partnership with their competitors. So instead of making their own products, so they buy from their competitor to make the equipment. So after that, they expanded the customer outcome. So during this time, this one is like around 2014. They have this change of management. They try to hire someone. They try to hire Kate Johnson. Kate Johnson is specialized in IT during this time, by 2014. And then because of the presence of Kate Johnson, so they were able to provide a good customer relationship with other companies. So this is on this page, this question, the why. Why that there is a need for evolution for the GE in order for them to survive in business. So this one, they focus on maximizing efficiency rather than innovation. So they only, during those days when GE going down, because they only focus on their own people. And then their people is, they never innovate. And so what they know, they never tend to upgrade themselves. And then the lowest perception from competitors, facing intense competition and falling prices for its top-tier capital goods and increasing the risk of losing many top customers to non-traditional competitors. So during these days, GE is facing like the problem is within the supplier. So the supplier became their competitor, something like that. So there is a need for culture simplification, lack of agility, responsiveness, strategic coherence, and software. Because they don't have proper coordination. Because GE that time, they had so many, let's say, factories in different countries, but they don't have the same idea. Reason why, like, for this one, the product represented only 13% profitability. So from 136 products, only 17 were profitable. because they don't have proper coordination. So like for example, something is like an O-ring making for this department, but this department supposed to be this small O-ring will fit from the big O-ring. It will not fit because they don't have proper coordination. So the result is failure. So only 17 products are being successful for that. Okay, next slide please. Okay, yes.
Hello everyone, this is Prashant Paul, and this is the fishbone diagram of General Electric, and the problem was low profitability. So if you see the people problems, then behind this problem there are some issues like deficiency in customer analysis. Initially they couldn't, focus on the market analysis. So due to that, so they have less data. What is actually the market is demanding and expecting from GE, but they fail to develop that data. And on the other side, outside vendors dependency. They mostly depend on the outside vendors. Because they have less resourceful software engineers to develop the softwares. And for process, it's absence of innovative product. So usually, they focused on the manufacturing and their hardware technology instead of the software and data analytics. So, and other side, there was an issue of uneven business activities. They mostly focused on their part by part business, not accumulated way. They have spread it all over the world, and their software team wasn't in the centralized way. So on the other side, for organization, there is communication gap and workplace decentralization, because they were their software development team is situated in different parts of the world. So that's why sometimes they come up with some innovative. They couldn't able to come up with some innovative idea due to communication barrier and decentralized office locations. And for technology, lack of digitalization and developer talent. They have less, talented software engineers who were unavailable in their company during that time. But after that, they recruited so many, engineers and people resources for developing their IoT.
You have 8 more minutes, right?
Can you please go
8 more minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8 more minutes.
9 minutes.
And
Okay,
next slide is digital transformation. How digital, they come up into digital transformation. Can you please go ahead? So this is how. They were initially focused on manufacturing industry, and now they turn themselves into software technology with data analytics. And this is their new business model. And by which they implemented that model into their digital wine farm, and that is powered by GE. And after that, they thought they should faster their business model and speed up. So they focused on cloud-based, and Predix Industrial always was their business example. And they mostly focus on IT investment and assets to develop their IT and operation team together and come up with digital transformation. That's all my part, and I will request again Passport to continue further.
Okay, so continuing with this Pulse report. So with the presence of Kate Johnson that time, so to make more competitive advantage for the GE, so I think you're familiar with the big data analytic here in ICT. So all the data from different industries, so they try to create the GE store. So within the GE store, this is the one. I love to discuss more, but we have no more time. So next one.
We're gonna come up with the decisions and recommendations as a team. Out of our case, just to give you a gap of, a time frame of what we analyzed, we looked for GE up to 2014. That's where the case ended. However, from 14 to now, GE has evolved. Obviously, the main purpose of this is to continue having the same presence in the brand as they have for about 125 years now. They were one of the biggest company before. Now they are second on capitalization in the United States of America. And what we want to do is to make sure that we bring up something that they have been putting into place, but like they still are areas of opportunities for them to implement it fully. So our conclusion was, through the rational decision matrix, we put together 5 different core areas that GE focus on. If you can take a look on the screen, we have cost saving, which is one of the major impacts that they look for to reduce the cost and obviously improve profitability, as the main issue is low profitability, improve productivity, while at the same time reducing waste, since GE is one of the creators of Six Sigma, and they also implemented something that is called lean manufacturing. They wanted to reduce waste as much as they can, so that's the reason why they become very digitalized, because that way they were going to be able to reduce waste, increase production, increase profitability, and reduce cost. So then maintenance optimization, go back. Maintenance optimization and enhanced customer service is pretty much what they are looking for right now. Before they were a product company, now they become a service company. So they literally selling services rather than just the products. Obviously, there is one important part of it, which is GE appliances. We as consumers, we have some GE electronics in our houses, and also this is not only beneficial us consumers, but it's also benefiting different countries and different governments because of the different implementation of the data that they have put into place. So out of our rational decision, based as a team, we conclude that artificial intelligence is one of the main trends that they can invest on. And the main reason is because it's very simple to implement, in the sense that more data, which GE has vast of data already in their system, equals to better products that are more oriented into the customer. So they are more customizable rather than just a product appliance that I can just put in my house and that's it, right? Now with the sensors, with all the microchips and everything that they have put into it, they know exactly when the time comes for maintenance, exactly what is the utilization and the capacity for those appliances and for those products, for them to be able to provide technical services and technical support to consumers, to companies, even airlines, and that way they can be able to optimize operations in each of the sectors of the industries that they have. So the 2 main focus that we want is the theory of mind and the self-awareness. Basically, these are the big milestones for artificial intelligence evolution at the time, and this is something that is going to be in continuity with machine learning, because at the end, what they want to do is to make sure that they reduce as much as they can that human power, and ensure that machines are the ones who are going to provide the solutions later on. Moving forward. So for our digital roadmap, we have focused on lean manufacturing to implement artificial intelligence, following the same idea of, in that time, 2014, email, which was the CEO implemented to simplify the culture of GE. He wanted to make sure that everything was consolidated and converged into information technology and operations management. So at the end, we want to focus on a leadership culture that is present everywhere, and not only headquarters know what they're doing, but also every single unit as a business are able to identify what they are doing and what they can focus on to increase profitability. Also, on training their people, capitalizing on the investment of new skills, and make sure that they are upfront and agile enough to be able to transition to the future, and at the same time make sure that they follow this roadmap step by step to guarantee the success of the implementation of the strategy. So to conclude, Jason is going to give us a little bit of recommendations.
The MISI is mutually exclusive collective of exhaustive. Actually, this is the problem of GE, the low profitability, and the sub problem of GE is the investment on new technology, redesigning structures, and remodeling the business. So to solve these problems, we have to use the digital system, like the internet, industrial internet, IoT, big data analytics, and cloud-based software for the new investment, improve equipment operations, and improve servicing. On redesigning structures, the sub-problem for redesigning structure, what they did is have the hardware transition of digital business models from hardware to software, mergers and acquisitions, and staff changes, centralized GE software that works across enterprise, and restructuring the management and different departments and efficiency for sustainability. Focus on first-term long strategic aspirations, and for the remodeling, for the sub-problem with this, the remodeling of the business, it has a contract service agreement, building an ecosystem with different partnership, relying more on crowdsourcing for innovations, and focus on sales and service customer experience. Examine new models of value creations and maintenance and operation for business model.
So thank you very much for
thank you very
your
much.
time.
Great, on time. Let's give a hand for Team 2. It's a very complex case, and it's hard to analyze such a complex case. And this is a typical traditional company who was a monopoly and who was central for all the American industry, American cloud. And now they also faced digital transformation. Yeah? They want to, you can see the challenge, right? There are 4 major business units. Everybody remember? Yeah? And only 2 profitable. Yeah? And they have 146 products. Only 17 profitable. Oh my God. Look at the challenge, yeah? And I experienced such a company, right? A big one called Nortel Network. There. Yeah? Motorola. There. Nokia. Still struggling, yeah? And amazing Microsoft still alive. Thanks to this new CEO from India. Yeah? So this is a typical company with death threat. Okay, so I think Team 2 has done a good analysis reading for this case. And so I have a question for Team 2. Go to your slide. I think it's 19 somewhere, 19 or 9. So you can go to the competitive analysis. You guys did good work on the 5 first.
On the 5 first.
The 5 first one, and that's where it shows there. Stop there. See, Amazon, Google is their competitor. Is that competitor? Yes. Can you explain why they're a competitor? In which area?
In which area?
Why Amazon, Google suddenly become GE competitor?
On the case of Google, if I'm not mistaken, I recall that it's called NEO. The NEO. They were trying to implement the strategy, although at the time that they were trying to implement this innovation, GE was like literally taking too much of the time on creating new and developing new solutions. So by 2014, Google was able to win or upwin the competition of GE because GE was not agile enough to be able to come up with solutions.
So anybody else? You guys read the case? Yeah?
It's about the Internet of Things. Google is coming up with their own solution to Internet of Things.
So you read the case? Yeah?
Yeah, I read the case.
Yeah. So this is a thermostat.